perimeter jump shots on a consistent basis in this game. If they can squeeze the paint and not allow that, they feel a lot better.
Last week in their exhibition against Kentucky State, at halftime he said, "Scal, I'm getting you the ball 25 times. Here's 23 with the throwdown." Marcus Lee, reverse jab.
How quick they're moving right now.
Singletary, the lob, but he lobbed it to Marcus Lee. Murray with the flush. Labissiere erases that shot. Here's Murray at the other end. Willis. Oh, the follow slam. Good night.
Shot of the night. Kick out to Murray. And Briscoe made that happen with the offensive board.
Playing against the Princeton offense, that's actually an offense that takes a while to get ready for, and they haven't really gotten any look at it.
Whoa!
Man strength, and he uses that really well.
How about Labissiere? Oh!
Yes. So he cannot stand it, and yet he's playing it.
But let me say this, as the Cats force the turnover, and the zone leads to the first basket in transition of the night.
We got to talk about our big get this weekend.
Yes, Kentucky gets a big commitment and signing from a couple of big-time players.
Named the ACC Player of the Week, a rejection by Lee. Numbers for Kentucky, Ulis. Labissiere with a slam. The ball inside, he had Ulis on him, but Jones took the three and missed it badly. And at the other end, Lee with a slam.
Now, Thornton got off to a slow start his first couple games, still feeling his way around. That's too easy.
Ulis over the top to Lee.
That is way too easy.
It's been all over the glass at both ends tonight. Threw it away. Ulis ahead to Murray for the easy two. Shot clock down to 7. Murray. Trying to use the screen from Lee. Splits the defense, floats it up, and Poitras slams it home.
Are you kidding?
Bench in a protective boot. They're just going to hold him out tonight so this deal doesn't get any worse. And how about that follow? That's the kind of athleticism.
Energy. Make things happen. That's what Charles Matthews is doing the last 2 possessions.
How about that look by Tyler Ulis? And Kentucky so physical and so active, they get the turnover. Up for it from outside the three-point line. Briscoe with a good defense. And Poitras with a step and steal. Points. And what an assist by Briscoe.
Got off most of their shots, and Eric Fanning is still yet to see action. There's a jam in one for Labissiere.
Nice job by BU getting back, building walls around the paint.
Oh, Poitras. The lob and the finish. The lead's 11, building a little quiet. This will help. Freshman, 2-man game. Ulis for 3. Big rebound by Charles Matthews, and Poitras pays it off. Ulis got into the paint, found Poitras. He's jamming again. Necessarily to take a charge to stop the guy, but coming over to redirect that basketball. Poitras, oh my goodness. Better, the team will move to 5-0 tonight, and they're the #1 ranked team in the country, and they can get a lot better. Poitras is looking sensational tonight.
Big time contact there, and Briscoe eventually got the steal. Poitras gets the finish.
Stirring the pot there, partner. You're stirring the pot.
Lob inside to Matthews. Open the alley on the feed from Briscoe.
Well, that's Kentucky's most indispensable player. And so Kentucky can ill afford to lose him. And wow, look at Scal, information director, and they're going to get us an update as soon as they find out.
Briscoe the lob. Oh! Labissiere! In his home, when they experienced that earthquake a few years ago,
The rim experience is one there from Labissiere, the two-hand throwdown.
But when you're recruiting them to try and tell them, hey, your points may not be as high, your minutes may not be as high. Alex Poitras' hops are high.
Pressure, and I also like the fact that they're not trapping every single time down the court. That's just keeping the guards for Kentucky off balance. And there's a nice play for Isaiah Briscoe. So, my fault, Coach.
Coach says, I know.
He wants to get back in the game.
Well, Poitras. Moments of a very special night up there in Springfield, Massachusetts at the Naismith Hall of Fame. Murray with the lob up top to Lee.
Up there, he's not really used to driving it every time he touches it.
A steal by Ulis and a great look ahead to Matthews.
Pain, because his team needs him out there.
A steal by Willis, and it's a 10-point game.
Oh, what a play by Derek Willis.
Looks in transition with their size and athleticism.
Ulis with the great penetration, and Labissiere with the finish. McClone, and here come the Wildcats. Ulis puts on the break, and there's Poitras for his 5th and 6 points.
Having poor scoring nights. I mean, he gets there about 9 times a game. The other thing it does is it helps get your team the bonus. Look at Matthews, and you start to see some of that potential.
Kentucky's lead down to 3. Ulis barely beat the 10-second clock, but he penetrates and gives the lead for the N1.
Paint. And when we were talking with Dan McHale, he was talking about having a similar type of game plan. Try and keep them out of the paint. There's another 2 points in the paint for Kentucky.
And Rochelle is rejected as he drove baseline. Here's Kentucky and another lob. Matthews with the finish. Ball almost seems like they're playing downhill. The court's tilted, and finally, in its first appearance after its first loss of the year last Thursday night at UCLA. Great penetration by Briscoe results in a Poitras throwdown.
Now, but certainly it's close. There are other teams, Michigan State obviously being ranked #1, Kansas.
Bob Hurley was here last year with Buffalo. They were leading at the half. Wow, that's a poor entry right there. Terrible play.
Poitras and one! Man, did he take off! And did he ever know what to do with it? Wow! Won't fall. Another offensive rebound, but mishandled. Now they have numbers. A man down for ASU. The slam by Lee on the day.
A little weave they have outside with their 3 two-minute players.
Murray feeds for Lee. It's stuck. Boy, that was beautiful.
That's terrific basketball. Poetry in motion.
Oh, that was pretty. Nice dish.
Beautiful. Boy, did he draw everybody with that dribble drive. Briscoe.
You blame all of this on a concert that was held here at the Barclays Center last night. There's a slam from Lee. Nice. Look at this.
Follow is great. Nobody else came. Excellent shooter. We talked about his ability to put it on the floor. And they have mounted. Whoa, bring it all.
No.
What a play by Murray.
Alley-oop.
What a turnabout. What a turnabout.
Picked to finish 7th in the ACC.
I think they're better than that. Nice entry, too easy.
How about Ulis with the find? Poitras, the delivery.
Wildcats.
You notice all great guards, the ball gets back in their hands in the shot. Look at this setup.
Poitras. Empty side.
Sleeping sense. Underneath, nobody plays it.
We saw that one.
This game. Great activity. Yeah. The lob inside for Lee in the finish. Labissiere checks into the ball game. Labissiere checks in for the first time. 2nd consecutive game that he has not started. Gets the rebound and the offensive finish. Stretch 4. Stroke the ball. They need more of those. Willis the miss, or rather Willis the follow after the miss by Ulis. And Moody is still taking only 2 shots here in the first 12 minutes. Ahead to Murray on the break. And Lee! What a fabulous finish! Murray the rebound. Lee uncovered. Approaching 2 to play here in this half. Labissiere. on Ulyss's feed. 4 assists now for Ulyss to go along with his 12 points.
That's exactly what they did that first half. He said, flat out, we just have to get out here the second half, compete and fight.
It's got to be a look from Murray when he's taking the ball out of bounds underneath.
Ulyss dumps it off for Lee. Another dunk for the Wildcats. Inside, Lee, the dunk. Ulyss, another assist. That gives him 7. Oboe kind of guy.
It'll be on a lake if it is.
More like a pond. Lob up top and another finish. And a foul.
It's 6 threes, and that's the type of thing he can do. Here's Murray in the open floor. And that one went in. He's turned the corner and easily got all the way to the rim. There's Poitras over Robinson, and a chance for a three-point play. And he's been a very, very good leader in this ballgame. Needed some New Year's home cooking. There's the big guy underneath. Got a bucket on the other end.
Wide open Murray. All right, simply put, defensively.
Off what they've done there, but he thinks they can do more.
There's no question, Laura. I mean, here they are. They're trying to run it again. I mean, it's almost unstoppable. Taylor cannot block the shot of Poitras.
It's not good. That chance. It's not good before the release if both of us know that it has no chance of going in. That one had a good chance of going in. Rebound. Here's a lob underneath. Labissiere. I want to say, if you're going to be a team and you're going to beat Kentucky in this building,
Briscoe back the other way, and Lee with a lead. And we're knotted at 14 as Bryce Brown is on the board. And we're not tied for long as Poitras punches one through. Side. Kentucky has numbers 5 on 4. Briscoe with a great dime, and maybe that'll get Labissiere a little confidence. And Willis has responded. Labissiere on the lob. That's how you finish. Good help by Bowers on the screen. What a pass by Murray to Poitras. He was in a nice groove. Little flop on Brown. Ulyss inside, and the Wildcats make them pay at the other end.
Briscoe through the lane. And on the other side is Lee. Beard has only played 8 games since his return from legal issues. Missed the first 9 games of the year. There's Labissiere. And Kingsley,
that's a foul.
He wanted to call. He's been frustrated throughout the night, and he thought he earned the whistle. Oh, climb the ladder, my man, Derek Willis. Got the start, got the call, and got airborne.
solid. Hard to find their deficiencies.
Ulyss gives way to Labissiere.
Has come back since to play well.
You know, Mark, so many times, if you have that one big win, nice little diagonal cut, angle right there.
And LaChance turns it over. 2-on-1. Murray and Willis. Murray came from the top this afternoon.
Yeah, he's not been rhythm. Had a great game the last game.
Briscoe, a mid-range jumper is short. Right to Lee off the loose bounce.
There's Lee on the offensive boards.
Season, but he's a scorer and a defender.
And great hands here will lead to Murray. Showtime.
Really good building blocks. They just need to get more guys in.
Nice pass.
And a thunderous slam by Labissiere. He's got 6. Rebound Willis. And a follow-up slam by Marcus Lee. They started off on a 20-2 run. They really haven't looked back since.
Willis! Where did that come from?
Ulyss trying to get inside again. Nice cut by Poitras, and he'll finish strong over Diallo. Could wind up determining the outcome of the game when it's all said and done. Ulyss the drive, the kick, the cutter is Poitras, and he'll slam Kentucky back into the lead. He doesn't get the shot off, finds Murray. 5 to shoot. Back to Briscoe. The drive, the finish by Lee. Back
in that hybrid defense.
Poitras slams it home.
If he wants to assert himself.
Armani Moore will try three way off the mark, and Briscoe's got another board.
And the lob to Poitras. How about that break?
Mid-range soft floater over the top. Kentucky almost turned it over again, and now the slam by Derek Willis.
Showing the footwork, but couldn't finish. Wild bank attempts.
Nice
Ulis
look.
up top for Marcus Lee.
Position on the floor inside the defense, able to corral that and give himself opportunity.
Lob to Lee from Ulis.
I will have had a stroke or two by then, probably. Here's Ulis, and they'll give to Briscoe, but the follow is by Labissiere. For Jamal Murray. 3 threes after having 8 last time out, and here's Willis on a steal, and oh man! Derek Willis! Unless Kentucky hits a big slump, and that's not the way they hit a slump. Marcus Lee laying in their lair for Tennessee after last week. Hawkins getting healthier by the minute.
What he was doing, he knew he wanted to send a message to the officials. And this one's stolen away by Jamal Murray. Open floor jam!
You know, they were teammates in high school, Chris Silva and Isaiah Briscoe. So, a lot of love there.
There's our Catholic in New Jersey, Marcus Lee with the jam. Lee kept it alive, and it's tracked down by Murray. Briscoe alive. Labissiere the finish. Wow, inspired defense by the Cats. Ulis out front. The lob! Lee finishes! Off the window! Wow! Well, when the coach can't pull you for throwing it off the backboard, you can go ahead and try it. Ulis got it right back. Oh my goodness, Marcus Lee again. Oh, wow. Count it. Wow. Couldn't finish it. Ulis now leaving it for Lee. And oh my, climbing the ladder here at Rupp Farnham. Armani Moore. Labissiere cleans things up.
You can tell Texas A&M much more confident at home than on the road.
Ulis the lob and Lee the finish. Well, we had a chance to see A&M way back in November in the battle for Atlantis. They lost in the final to Syracuse as Lee slams it home. Back in for Labissiere, just 2 shooters in the game for the Wildcats. The lob to Lee, and it's tied.
Here at Michael Roberts, Carl Hess, our officials, and Kentucky with a backdoor cut immediately and a slam. Tyler Ulis to Jamal Murray. What a way to start a game. Ball won't fall. And credit Kentucky's defense for part of that. Lob, Ulis to Lee. Wants it to be. They have not allowed Kentucky to really get out in the open floor and score in transition. That'll help. That's the second time Marcus Lee has found an avenue inside. Here's a lob to Lee from Tyler Ulis, and a double-double at hand again.
Built 22nd in the country in three-point percentage at over 30%. Marcus Lee getting some.
Of the regular season, or more likely with an upset or 2 in the SEC tournament.
Poitras with a slam.
Yeah, a knockout punch. They want to use that right haymaker, and a big knockout punch would be.
Whoa. How about that feed to Marcus Lee by Tyler Ulis?
AD at Duke.
Poitras in traffic. And a follow by Labissiere. Another rebound. Ulis has a double-double tonight. 12 points, 10 assists. Make it 11.
This year that Kentucky has gotten out rebounded badly. A plus 14 for LSU.
Poitras.
Force them immediately, Vern. If there's a pick and roll situation with Blakeney, they're going to force it upstairs. Watch for a little pick and pop here. Ulis is running the show again.
Crossover.
Now you call it.
Maybe too late.
Yep.
5:35 to go first half. Wow.
Better set by LSU here defensively.
Poitras. Ulis. Wow. Another assist.
LSU is really vacating the baseline a lot defensively. There you go.
Hello.
Yeah, they didn't go upstairs, but you knew you could see it coming. Oh, Lee. Little transition action.
17.
And the defense is just all over the place.
3 on 1.
Yep.
There's the lead and the give and the dunk.
And let the senior finish that break off.
This is a nice way for the senior to finish his career on this court. Ulis, Murray, Labissiere, and Lee on the floor.
It's amazing.
Mark Murray with the rebound. That's the other thing their guards do well is rebound. Lob, and the finish at the other end with Lee.
Arthur Edwards was going to windmill one.
Riley North from outside won't go. Briscoe chases it down to Murray.
Back to a cut by Murray. Great pass by Ulis, and look out on the landing, Jamal.
You could not draw that up any better. That orchestra leader takes charge.
Briscoe all the way under, didn't take a shot.
Goes back again. Oh!
That's why he didn't take the shot.
What a play! Are you serious, Mr. Briscoe? College transfer, came from South Florida, played in the NCAA tournament his first year.
Lob underneath Murray from Labissiere. What a way to start. And an air ball sent up from Daniel House.
He had no chance on that shot.
Lob underneath. Great feed by Ulis. And Marcus Lee slams it. Nice look inside. Labissiere with a slam off the Briscoe pass.
Nice look by certainly Briscoe. Adjusting at halftime yesterday, they outscored Georgia 49-31.
Back to a cut Poitras from Ulis.
What great vision right there. Throw the ball over the top.
Tremendous finish by the big fella. He came to play today.
He sure did. Purify with another lap at this jump ball. Ulis.
Walker takes a jumper over Willis. That's not a good look. Here is Murray. This is where he's so strong.
Gave it up to Lee for the dunk. He just pressures you with the bounce.
It's a player of the year. And everyone else on his team can play defense.
It's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
He's got an assist this time.
In this half, 79%.
Look at this.
This guy has a lot of that.
Nobody.
A lot to do with it is Murray.
Bielfeldt gives him a different look. A guy who can space.
Oh, he missed it too. And all the way down three-quarter court it goes.
Nice run.
And the feed to Lee.
Boy, great foot speed. The run down. Isaiah Briscoe.
The glass.
Excellent D by the Cats.
Murray lobs it. Lee flushes it, and the Cats teamed up on that one.
Back, unbelievable.
Do so well there in the second half.
Out of control here. That was Williams hitting the floor with no control.
Murray, he's on the board now as he swings down two.